Well met. Hey, what's going on? It's Tech Maki, and this is my Vision series episode for Elza. As usual, I'm going to go ahead and break into Elza's history, and then we're going to go into her FFBE character. So, Elza, just so everyone is aware, is not part of the current job or character pool. She was only available during the Brave Frontier banner. Hopefully, we will see her again, along with Vargas, in the next Brave Frontier banner or collab, but I have a feeling that she might be an exclusive for just the global, and we won't see Vargas. Either way, Elza is the second princess of the Kingdom of our area, and I mention this that she's the second princess because the Emperor of Bavaria was a very promiscuous man. He had lots of children, and she actually, along with the 8th princess, are the only ones that have the same mother. So when she was a child, she was a very bright and talented individual, and everyone expected great things from her in the future. This all came to an abrupt end when she decided to defend her sister Alice, the 8th princess, from a plot to take over the throne. And so she was falsely accused of a crime and then imprisoned. The Emperor of Bavaria knew about this, and he did nothing. Actually, he left her in prison and started using her on secret missions. He did give her that scythe that she has in the image on the right that has this really interesting, has a few interesting powers. One of them is that when she kills someone with the scythe, it actually devours their soul. And the second one it has is that it slowly chips away to her emotions. She becomes a very cold and calculating person with this scythe, or when she wields this scythe. But either way, she continued doing these missions for the king, and then afterwards she would get imprisoned. Kind of unfortunate, but that's what happened. Later on, before the War of the Gods started, she was released from prison, and the king, or the emperor, gave her a task to protect her sister Alice, but not to let her know that she was alive, because during her imprisonment, Alice came under the assumption that Elza was dead. So Elza accepts the mission, not that she had much of a choice, and follows her sister around on her sister's journey, defeating enemies that could cause Alice an issue. Now, I say could because Alice was also given a scythe, a very powerful scythe that imbued her with immense strength, but at the same time cost her sanity. Every time she wields it, it slowly slips away, or slowly chips away at her sanity. So as her journey goes on, she ends up in this amazingly huge battlefield during the War with the Gods, and there Alice is slain during the fight. She does go down with a smile on her face, kind of all Jokerish, and Elza laments this immensely, because she feels that she could have protected Alice better. If she had known, whatever, she could have saved her from dying. Either way, the scythe that she wields does have a third power where it can resurrect anyone. So she uses this scythe, this ability on her sister. Now, we don't know if Elza actually managed to resurrect her, or maybe there was some type of fusion with her, but reports are that they see a woman with a huge scythe leaving the battlefield. They're unsure if it's a god or a human, but it's a woman with a scythe. Now, either way, Elza does come into the game of Brave Exvius as a 5-star base character, or she did, and she does get upgraded to a 6-star. She is under the job class of a Reaper, and her role that she fulfills is the damage dealer. Best stats are MP and attack. Attack is a very, very good stat for her. And then we're going to talk about her abilities. So her abilities, again, I'm going to mention the ones that are most prominent in her kit, the ones I think are most useful in her kit. First off, we have Enfeebling Slash. Enfeebling Slash is a physical damage attack that also has the 30% chance to poison and disease an enemy. She also has Maneater, which is a passive. It is damage up versus humans by 50%. She then has Dark Prayer, which is cure all status ailments, and has the added bonus of doing attack, defense, magic, spirit up by 50% to her. Pretty cool skill. Next up, we have Ravaging Blow, which is arguably the best defense spirit break in the game. It will do physical damage, and it also breaks their defense and spirit by 50% for 3 turns. It's to one enemy, but it's really it's a great skill. Awesome break. And also on that note, with Ravaging Blow, if with dual wield, as with all the other skills, it does attack twice, and so with this one, it does 50% break and then does even more amazing damage because of how high her attack is for the second break. In either case, or either way, we next have Demon Killer, damage up by 50% to demons, also a nice passive, just like Maneater. Next up we have Auto Refresh, which is a good skill for a 6-star character to have. Recover MP every turn in battle, 5% of her total MP. Very nice skill. And we have Dark Aegis, which is defense spirit up by 30% when her HP falls below 30%. This lasts for 3 turns, but it does get overwritten. The defense spirit bonus will get overwritten by Bolden, Cheer, Hero Rhyme, Cecil's LB, I think Noctis's LB, anything that has a higher defense spirit rating than what it has. Anyway, next up, or actually I guess it would just be the defense part, not necessarily the spirit, because I think either way. Dark Favor, Auto Revive, very cool skill. Dark Favor is an Auto Revive. It is a skill she uses. It lasts for 3 turns. If she dies during the effects period, she will come back with 90% HP on the next turn. Next up we have Madness Rush, which is about what Barrage is, except it's 3 attacks less. But it also has the added bonus of having the LB gauge fill rate increased by 100% for 3 turns. It's a very nice skill. It also has the same bonus as her exclusive materia. Her exclusive materia was only available during the Brave Frontier banner, but it's still a pretty badass skill or materia piece you can equip for her. It is called Tablet of Ruin. It has attack plus 20% and also the LB gauge fill rate by 100%. So next up we have her Trustmaster reward, which is an amazing spear. It's a spear, but either way, it still looks like a scythe. Scythes fall into the spear category. It's an 8 or 7-star spear called Demon Scythe. It has attack plus 120 and the added bonus of having the dark element on it. It is the equivalent of Deathbringer, which is a large sword that has the same thing except without the Maneater, sadly. If it had that, it'd be amazing, or even more amazing. Either way, this is still the best spear in the game. So now we're going to talk about the Espers that I think are the most suitable for her. First off, we have Diablos for the Maneater passive, so that you can really stack these things up, and then we have Ifrit, which is the highest damage Esper we have currently. When we get Odin, I think that would be a better fit for her as opposed to Ifrit, because it also has Blade Blitz, giving her access to an AoE attack and not taking up a material slot for that. So we're going to go into the builds now, and as I started doing recently, we're going to have the Esper above my head in the stats section so that you can see which Esper is for what build. So first off, we're going to do the free-to-play build, which I'm calling Silent Harvester. It comes in with 4,197 HP, attack at 475, MPs at 182. The gear using is the Twin Lance, which I believe is that was an event reward. Then we have the Tiger Mask, Black Belt Key, Double Hero Ring, Tablet of Ruin, and 3 attack plus 10%. Now, if you didn't have, or you didn't get the Tablet of Ruin material during the event, slapping an attack plus 10% is more than adequate. It's just going to drop her attack down, of course, another 10%. Then with full pots, she comes in at 4665 for HP, 247 MP, and then her attack is 557. Pretty good jump, especially for a free-to-play build. After that, we have our first play-to-play or pay-to-play build, which is called Reaper of Souls. In this one, you're required to have 2 Elzas in order to farm up 2 different scythes, but you will have 2 Demon Scythes, Black Cowl, Brave Suit, Genji Glove, Bracer, Tablet of Ruin, Power of Creation, Lunge Combo, and a Seal of Destruction. I decided to go with Lunge Combos and the Seal of Destruction so you could have a mix of both HP and MP increase. Total stats, 5,062. MP is 198, so a good jump from the free-to-play build, and her attack is sitting at a staggering 765. It's pretty damn strong, and she's not really much of a glass cannon because her defense is pretty good for a attacker. With max pots, you come in with 5,627 HP, MP jumps up to 269, and attack goes up to 861. She's almost at that 900 mark that Noctis can get to. The rest of her stats are actually pretty good, minus the Spirit, which is under 200. After that, we have our Arena build, which I think it's very interesting. I'm calling it the Kuro Shinigami, or in English, the Black Death God. HP is at 4,713, kind of low, but MP is at 220, so she can use more of her skills, and her attack is 626, which is still very strong for a arena character. For the equipment, we're switching out one of the death sites that we have in our normal setup for a Deathbringer, so you can get that increased Man-Eater to also go with her, to stack with her regular Man-Eater, her naturally learned one. Everything else is the same until we get to the materia that we're equipping. We're slapping on another Man-Eater, so you're increasing that to 150, plus with Diablos, she's going to be seeing at 200 because Diablos is passive for Man-Eater, so she's at 200% for Man-Eater, so she can really wreck some humans in there. The only one who's going to be able to resist her a little bit more is going to be or Cloud of Darkness, not Call of Duty. Anyway, and then we also have the Goddess Protection, which I think is going to be normal for my setups, in either the Goddess Protection or a Ribbon, depending on how the gear can be switched around, so that she has her status ailment immunities. Equip large swords so that we can slap in that Deathbringer, and then of course Tablet of Ruin for an increased attack bonus. And for the max pots, she comes in at 5,240, MP at 285, and her attack goes up to 700, which is pretty close to what I think her regular attack build is for my normal like PvE stuff. Either way, I think this is a pretty good build. If you have any questions about the builds that I made, or you want to make suggestions to the build that I make, go ahead and comment in the comments down below. And if you like the video, please go ahead and give it the thumbs up. If you want to see future content, please go ahead and give it a subscribe. And as always, I'm a Twitch streamer, so go ahead and look for my link in the description down below and drop me a follow or check me out on Twitch, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's about all I got for Elza. The next video's well in hand. It's coming. So with that, Maki out.